Hello, my name is Frank Christensen and I'm the coordinator of officials for IFAF in Europe. This is the fourth of 6 training tapes dealing with blocks below the waist. Today we're looking at the peel back block and especially the timing of it, because timing is very important with the peel back block. So we'll look at some examples of what is and what is not an illegal peel back block. But before we get to the game film, let's have a look at what the rulebook and the MOFO have to say. In the rulebook, we start with 232 by defining block below the waist. A block below the waist is a block in which the force of the initial contact is below the waist of an opponent who has one or both feet on the ground. When in question, the contact is below the waist. B. A blocker who makes contact above the waist and then slides below the waist has not blocked below the waist. If the blocker first contacts the opponent's player's hands at the waist or above, it is a legal above the waist block. Rule 916A deals with block below the waist, and the exception that's relevant for this specific training tape is number 3. Once the ball has left the tackle box, a player may not block below the waist towards his own end line. In the MOFO, we start with section 3.3 contact fouls. 4 deals with blocking below the waist, and B says, for the first 3 seconds after the snap, when in question, the ball has not left the tackle box. Thereafter, when in question, the ball has left the tackle box. And E goes on to say, remember that it is the direction related to the opponent's area of concentration, not the point of contact, that determines whether a block below the waist is directed from the front or not. And finally, when in doubt principles 45 says a block below the waist occurred before, not after, the ball left the tackle box. And that was the book. Now let's have a look at some game film. In this first clip, we're looking at the running back, and we'll notice, and this is general for most peel back blocks, they happen when the play is extended for some reason or doesn't go the way it was supposed to. So if we see the running back here, now so this block is from the side, which makes it illegal also. But if we just look at the peel back part of it, this is more towards the sideline than towards the offensive team's goal line, but it is we have 180 degrees that are towards Team A's goal line, and the other 180 degrees are north, but this is just slightly south. So this is a side block, but it is also a peel block, or it would have been. But you'll notice that the ball is actually still in the tackle box, and for a peel block, the ball has to leave the tackle box first, which also is one of the reasons why the play typically has to develop before a peel block can become a reality. So in terms of peel, this would have been a peel block, but the ball is still in the tackle box, so it is not a peel block. It is, however, a personal foul block below the waist because it's a side block. So in comparison, here we're looking at the running back away from the camera. He's going to get messed up, but then he comes back right there, and so this block is from the front, as you can tell by the way the defender lands on his hands or on his belly. But as when the block happens, the ball is outside of the tackle box, and this is pretty much a 90-degree towards the goal line. So this certainly is it's a peel back, it's a low block towards Team A's goal line, and the ball has left the tackle box. So this is as much a peel block as you're going to see. Here we're looking at the two receivers closest to the camera, and we're looking at the guy furthest back. And even though this appears to be a low block towards his own goal line, it really isn't a block. And the definition of a block says it has to be on purpose. Here he just kind of falls down, and the defender falls over him. So it's important to see not just the contact, because right there it certainly looks like a peel block. But the field judge, or a peel block, but the field judge does a good job of seeing the entire act and making sure that this is not a peel block, because again, the contact, the block has to be on purpose, and in this case, it is not. Here we're looking at the tackle closest to the camera. And again, you'll notice that it's a play that doesn't entirely go as planned. It's not completely foobarred, but it is, quarterback has to scramble, go outside the pocket. And again, here we don't have a whole lot of contact, but we do have enough. And the ball is outside the tackle box, and the block is towards Team A's own end line. So even though the defender doesn't go down, it's still a safety foul. It's still something that should and is called by this referee. In this last clip, you'll be able to see the similarities to the previous one. We're looking at the tackle away from the ball, so not the tight end, but the tackle who is right now is covered up by the quarterback. And you'll notice that, again, this is it's a rollout, so it's not a pocket type situation. The ball is outside of the tackle box, and here comes it's not your typical run-of-the-mill pass blocking anymore. This is more of an improvised protection of the quarterback, and it's from the front, so it's legal in that sense, but it is towards Team A's own end line, and that makes it a peel-back block and something that we need to call. Now, here the referee probably pays too much attention to the rolling quarterback and what's happening out there, which is why he misses this. In a crew of 8, obviously this would the referee here would stay back and would be able to see this because he's giving the quarterback to the center judge. Here, probably the backside wing would have the best shot at this, since the referee doesn't see it. I wouldn't expect the umpire to be able to see what happens here in the offensive backfield, so the backside wing probably has the best shot of this, or the referee. And that was it for this training tape. I hope you found something you can use on the field.